get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
The Target Canada liquidation began today, and it looks like, though it attracted some larger numbers in stores, larger than usual crowds for Target Canada, which is not saying much, shoppers seem to be generally very disappointed. But isn't this how a liquidation is supposed to go? Not all the great bargains on day one. I don't know. Who knows? Well, liquidation experts may know. Bob Nelson is president of Power Retailing, and that's partly what they do in the U.S. and Canada, help companies liquidate. Bob Nelson joining us now. Hello, Bob.
Hi, Larry. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Just fine.
What do you know about Target Canada and well, you probably know that it was a failed Canadian experiment, number one.
Right. Yeah, what I know, Larry, is that apparently they've been up there for about 2 years, and there's 133 stores that are targeted to close, and it's kind of surprising because in the States it's a very successful chain, but apparently it's been a distribution failure as well as poor locations.
It is a combination of that and other things. You're absolutely correct. So now they're liquidating, and this was really day one, and shoppers were disappointed that bargains were in the general 5 to 10% off range. Is that usual?
Listen, I'm shocked about the whole thing. I don't know who's running the operation, if it's coming from the States or it's Canada or whatever, but it sounds like if the customers are disappointed, that's just a bad message to send out for the start. 5 and 10%, I've had people tell me they don't even get out of bed for that. I mean, that's a non-starter.
But is it the case where it might be 20% by Saturday and 50% by next week, or is this not the way you do it?
No, there's no question there's going to be a progression, and depending on what their stock is and what they need to dispose of it. But I'm sure within a few days there will be another markdown on different categories, so on and so forth. And it's going to go till the end, basically up to, whatever will be very, very deep discounts. Because what they, I'm sure, want to do is make it, broomstick clean, and then there will be a crew to clean them out. But at the end, it's kind of like whatever the customer will pay. But that's, down the road. So there's no question if the customer wants to wait, then there will be deeper discounts. But it's just a tragedy that they didn't start with a lot more excitement than 5 or 10%, because that word gets around pretty fast.
And it really has, and especially with social media today, it's known instantly. Should there have been some sort of door crasher specials or something? What would you have done?
Well, no. A door crasher, I mean, when you go out of business or close your store, that always has impact. And I'm sure the customers were there waiting for huge bargains. So, there's no reason to have any special type of thing, as you mentioned, because just the words, and I'm sure they have banners and signs in their windows now, and that's enough, to start it off and to make it explode.
And they didn't do that, apparently. Like, as you said, word got out fairly quickly that they had one of their banners was up to 30% off.
Oh, my gosh.
And
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, even that's not great. But then you went in, and very few items were 30%, and they were the ones that nobody was really interested in.
Well,
if they trip out of the gate, which they appeared to have done here, is there any way they can fix this?
Well, the horse is out of the barn, and if you don't start good, you don't finish good. But there will be a conclusion, but it doesn't sound like many Canadians are happy campers.
No, and haven't been since it opened. And interestingly, Bob, here many people go down to the States all the time and love Target,
Sure.
and that was part of the appeal of Target coming here. We already knew the brand, we already know the store, and
Absolutely.
they didn't deliver with that same brand in Canada, not even close.
It's just shocking to me. It's just shocking. I mean, it's a very successful chain, and how they could blow this, I just don't understand.
Well, and you're in the business of retailing, and so none of us really understand. And if you don't understand, then it's well, the head guy resigned. We do know that, but other than that, yeah.
CEOs come and go pretty fast.
It's true enough. Bob, thank you for the insight. I appreciate it. All the best.
Thank you very much, and I wish you the best.
Bob Nelson is president of Power Retailing, giving us some insights into the liquidation. So
Feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, ever makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money. Money